Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general mid-month reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon and Descendant for the last 2 weeks of December. I hope you're well. I am not failing to be shocked every time I say December, even though we're halfway through December now. It's been a hell of a year. Let's put it that way. So, things to let you know. I have started work on a 6-month overview for 2021, running obviously from January to June. If that is something that you are interested in, there is a link in the description box there. Gemini's is not yet up, but I am uploading them as I do them. I think there are 2 up already, Taurus and Aries, I think. So if that's something that you're interested in, just keep an eye on the link. I'll post it in the next few videos I do anyway, so it's it'll be there for you to access for some time yet. There's no rush. Using the wild unknown for you today. In the pre-meditation that I did before I started this video, I had something come through very, very strongly, and it was belief. Belief, like that, and the power of belief. And I was immediately catapulted back to a conversation that I'd had with a chaos magician recently, who was talking about his own personal belief system, and what he said was, and this is the thing, this is the bit that my mind zeroed in on straight away, was it doesn't matter if I think it's true. What matters is if I believe it. And that seems to be a theme for you here. Like it's the power of your own belief. And before I've pulled any cards, I feel like the evidence for what you believe is there if you look for it. Right? If you believe, then you will see the evidence. So I'm going to leave it there with that. Could I have 3 cards for Gemini's current energy, please? Gemini's current energy. We have the 4 of Swords. Ooh. We have also the 8 of Swords, Temperance, and the 4 of Wands, all flopped out together. It's more cards than I would like to take for a mid-month reading, but we're going to go with it anyway. Have one more card for Gemini, please. Ooh, we've got the 7 of Wands. I really like that. There's been such a breakthrough with your energy this year. And it's funny how this combination of Swords and Wands all seem to be leaning into exactly what I was just talking about there, about the power of belief, right? It doesn't matter. Don't look for the evidence first. Like, put your power into the belief first, and the evidence will appear as a result of it. Like, I'll kind of explain what I mean in a second, but we've got the 7 of Wands there, followed by the Chariot. In a lot of ways, you didn't fully believe in something, and that's what's been shifting this year, whether it's been believing in yourself, believing in your own power, believing in the results of that which you have been engaging with in some way or another. You know, it's almost like you were kind of looking for results first without fully committing yourself to what it was, and I see that shifting, because 7 of Swords is all about deception in some way or another, and it feels very much like it's your deception of yourself. It is self-deception, which you have broken through to find the Chariot. Chariot is that card of the self. Right? It's self-belief, it's self-determination, it's self-autonomy. It's all to do with the self. It can talk about shadow work as well, and it could be that if you have done quite a bit of shadow work this year, that you are feeling quite liberated from, you know, the things that the shadow has stopped you from trying to reach out and complete before now. You know, let's not forget that within the shadow, a lot of the time it's a it's a self-defense mechanism that stops you from putting your head above the parapet too far, and that's been something that you've been wrestling with this year, I feel like, Gemini. But we've got this interesting array of cards on the table for your current energy, and we start with the 4 of Swords, which is my card of meditation, right? We notice we've got that lamb there with a, you know, his third eye wide open, kind of blaring there. But it is also a card of detachment, and for you, it feels like a detachment away from needing necessarily to see the results in front of you there and then, right? There's belief, there's trust, there's openness to something, but there's a stillness as well that seems to be funneling your power down to a point, right? To a point of concentration is how it feels here. We've got these cards, the Eight of Swords, Temperance, and the Four of Wands, and I really love that for you, because here we have self-imposed limitations, and they are self-imposed limitations. I'll just bring you back to these shadow cards at the bottom of the deck here. You know, yourself, your determination, all the power that you have, your ability to be victorious in whatever it is that you do, that you were deceiving yourself about initially and keeping yourself limited in initially. All kind of falling by the wayside, because then we've got these two fire cards, right? And the fire element is all about being. You know, it's about life itself. It's about creativity. It's about passion. You have taken what was a severely limiting mindset in some ways. I don't think it applies to every aspect of your life, but there was a nagging doubt there that was stopping you from accessing everything that you had to give. And then we've got this card of transmutation here, right? From fire to water. There's belief there now. I did feel that really strongly with this Temperance card. There is belief. And it doesn't necessarily need to be evidenced. Well, belief by definition doesn't usually. And that's how you pulled down the power of what it was you could achieve, because you were looking for the evidence of what it is that you were doing. So you were never fully committing to it. That's changed. That's shifted. An alchemical process has occurred. And now you are building something new. I love this Four of Wands. For such a simple set of lines and colours, it says so much. And I'm kind of drawn to the fact that we've got this kind of eye in the middle of it here, and we've got this eye here too. But even just the chevrons here on this card, you know, it's almost like this is reality, right? These black lines around the edge, right? And it's kind of dull, and it's in straight lines, and it's quite flat. It's very 3D, you know, and it's almost like you've burst out through the middle of it, and you've kind of almost torn a hole in what your previous understanding of reality was, and there's something so brilliant shining through it here. The Four of Wands is a card of home, yes, but it's a card of building a foundation, and your new foundation is kind of pushing aside the curtains of reality somewhat and going, no, I want that there, right in the centre, you know, with all this brilliant colour coming off it here. There's a knowing about you now that can't be shifted. And we've got the Seven of Wands that follows it. And I don't know what the usual depiction of the Seven of Wands is, but look how you are a light in the dark, Gemini. Look how you have become this thing. Because I don't even feel like this is necessarily relating to your internal space, although it absolutely could do. I feel like this is how you are moving around in the world now, and you will attract people to this flame, and it's starting already. You can feel it. There is a it's maybe just a lot of coincidental meetings, actually. Let's pull a John Bauer for that. There's something very attractive about your energy, and it's pulling people in now because your belief is so strong. Your self-belief is so strong. People are attracted to it, you know. About the Seven of Wands, please. So, I'm going to take this as validation of what I just said, because it's the Seven of Wands again. Okay. May I have one more for the Seven of Wands, please? Thank you. Yeah, King of Pentacles. There's a Two of Wands at the bottom of the deck. The King of Pentacles is earth energy. It's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But it is interesting how it's the only pentacle card that's come up here. When I've been talking about you constructing a new paradigm for yourself, a new foundation for yourself, it is one that you not only feel inside, but it is now coming outside as well, you know. And there's a certain sense of responsibility that you feel here with this. It's not like you're just gliding around being this etheric being. There's a drive, there's a push to do something for other people. You know, the King of Pentacles is all about showing his love and affection and his care through his duty and responsibility. It's not something that you can shy away from now. It is the active construction of something around you that will help other people. I think that's just fucking magnificent, Gemini. I love it. let's get you some cards and look at the lesson. What is the lesson of the energy that you are in at the moment, please? Let's see for Gemini. What's the lesson? What is the lesson for Gemini? Oof. Where the fuck did that go? Oh, it's not there by my foot. Ooh, justice. Big time karmic lesson. It's funny how justice is coming back into the readings now. Like, obviously it's kind of appeared here and there for the signs, but it's been showing up an awful lot, just as it did last year, right? Like the arse end of last year and the beginning of this year, there was this it came out in every single reading for every single sign that I did, and the overwhelming message that was coming through was that karmic contracts were being, fulfilled and resolved, and people were moving forwards with more of a blank slate. People were leaving and people were coming in. And there's a similar sort of vibe coming on here now. The 2020 energy has been nothing if not extremely instructive and educational. And certainly the signs that I've been reading for this year, or the pocket of the collective that I've been reading for this year, have been really intensely working on themselves, and that's been super important. It's interesting how with that Four of Wands I was talking about pushing aside the mundane reality to see the beauty of what's within, and the lines are actually moving inwards this way, right? They're all kind of converging on this point here in the center. But as your eye is looking at it, it's kind of drawing it towards this center. There's an ability here for you, because you are now in this energy here and you kind of pulled this apart, to pull other people towards this center point here. Like, show them how it is possible for them to find that point and start expanding on it themselves. This is absolutely fascinating. The lesson for Gemini, please. Whoa. We've got the Ace of Wands and we've got strength there for you. That's an incredible combination. More fire energy, more about the being in here. You're lighting a beacon, Gemini. One more, please. Thank you. Hierophant. Ooh. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's more Leo energy. Look at that. Look how it's the colours of this here, but it's so intense. It's so intense. There's so much work that we can do on ourselves and for ourselves, and we can really push the boundaries, personally, and really see beyond the veil. And I use that phrase advisedly, and I feel like a lot of you will be picking up on exactly what I mean by that. But the power of the collective to access that and blow the lines away altogether to make this the reality of the world that we live in here and all grow together is huge. But there's the Hierophant card. It's the card of Taurus. But we're back to teaching again. We're back to spiritual guidance. Whether you run some sort of business that deals in, spiritual modalities or not, there is something about the teacher in the way that you are living your life now, right? Remember that we're all about the living. And here it is, like, people are looking to you for guidance, for spiritual guidance, but some of it is just by observing you and seeing how you show up in the world. It's absolutely extraordinary. These lessons, all but the Ace of Wands and Major Arcana here, this has been a huge thing that you have undertaken, processed, and are now living. Because it's all very well reading books about stuff, and it's all very well like filling your head full of knowledge, but if you are not applying that to your life in any kind of meaningful sense, then what is it? How do you transmit that knowledge out in the world? You transmit it by living it. And then this is where you are. Oh, I love it. Actually love it. And very successfully too. Let's have a look at some advice for Gemini. Some advice for Gemini. I'm not taking notes, for fuck's sake. That was me being cack-handed. Gemini. Was that the Empress? I think it was the Empress. It is the Empress. More major arcana for you. Taurus cards, actually, as well. What have we got? Again, cat-handing. It's like 7 cards there. Try and be a bit more precise with the shuffling. Some advice for Gemini, please. Ace of Cups as well, love it. And Father of Pentacles again. Wow, Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Absolutely extraordinary what you've managed to achieve this year and what you are continuing to achieve. And some of you may not even notice that you're achieving it. Look at that Ace of Pentacles. Look at how we're being drawn to the center. Again, like this sense of you pulling people towards the center of something and going, I want to have a look at that, see what it is that you can do with that is really, really strong, you know. More Taurus energy there with the Empress, then the Ace of Cups, and then Taurus energy again with the Father of Pentacles. Like, this is really strong. There is something constructing around you, or something that you are constructing here that is for the benefit of other people. Like I said, the sense of responsibility is really, really strong, but it's you going out through your own work, through your own creativity, through what it is that you are doing personally to bring new things into the world. Ace of Cups, you're bringing incredible love and enlightenment and acceptance, and, you know, like, teaching people how to forgive themselves for things, because that's huge. Like, most people walk around with guilt and shame and embarrassment and all these things that actually are of no use to them whatsoever. You know, there's a clarification of emotions going on here in what you are doing. Like I said, whether or not you're doing this as a job, or whether this is just how you are showing up in the world. You know, this could be just within your circle of friends. Do not underestimate the effect of the ripple when it starts, because it can be incredibly expansive. And I got the Father of Pentacles there, you know, the guidance, the maturity, the ability to be able to have that life in the material. But again, like, just looking at this, look how we're drawn to the center here, right? There's a pentacle there, and it's the Ace of Pentacles. You know, you are kind of sucking it towards you here and showing people the way. Fucking bravo, Gemini. Wow. It's absolutely extraordinary. Right, I'm going to leave it there, because this seems like, you know, not only is it an exceptional reading, but like for you, like, I'm so happy for you that this is true, but like, look at all the major arcana here. It's immense. I love it. So look out for your 6-month forecast. It'll be up on Vimeo in the next, within the week at least anyway. Know that I love you all very much, and I am so very proud of what you're doing right now. I'm humbled by the power of it. It's absolutely immense. And yeah, I'll see you for the January 2021 readings very, very soon. Take care.